I realized how I never made a video showing how to actually draw a character, so that's what this video is going to be about. And real quick, before we begin, if you'd like to support the channel, there's a Patreon as well as a YouTube memberships link in the description. You can join the Discord server if you'd like to get advice from me or some other artists, so check that out if you're interested, and I guess let's get started. Here's the pose we're going to be using, and the first thing we need to do is draw a rough pose sketch. So to do that, we need to determine where the horizon line is. In our image, it's right around there. You can tell because Pose Maniacs always shows you where it is, which is pretty cool. And this basically means that everything that's parallel to the ground, if it's above the horizon line, it'll be converging downwards. And if it's below the horizon line, it'll be converging up. Now let's place the head there, we'll place the crotch there, and then that means the horizon line is right around there because in our reference, that's the relation. From here, we need to divide the torso into head proportions. In this case, I want the character to be around 2.5 heads tall, which means it's going to look somewhat like this. From here, we draw the right side of the face, goes down to the chin, and then you can see a little bit of the bottom of the chin. That's always a pretty difficult angle to draw if you haven't practiced it. I think it looks something like this. Then from here goes up. Then the skull goes behind the ear, like that. And then from here we can go down to the neck. Now, because the head is parallel to the ground and it's above the horizon line, all of these lines are going to be converging downwards. So we need to do the same thing. Eyebrows, eyes, and then the nose is going to be somewhere around there. I think I'm going to have to place it a bit lower because of the character that I'm trying to draw, but we'll see about that later. For now, I'm going to draw a very simple face. So we draw the center line, and then from here we can place the glabella, which is essentially the thing that the nose originates from. It would be that part. Then from here we can draw the nose like that and then just connect the dots. Now placing the eyes, keep them very simple like that. Make sure that they are the same size following the perspective. Eyebrows go up there, and then the mouth is a little trickier to place, but usually it's a third of the way down from the bottom of the nose down to the chin. So if we count 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3, then the mouth would be on that line. Now we can draw a simplified rib cage, kind of like that. We're following this angle down to get to this point, and then from here the rib cage looks like that. I have some other tutorials explaining how to do this on my channel, but for now, this tutorial is about how to draw characters, so I don't want to go too deep into the anatomy. Then for the pelvis, if we follow this center line down, we would draw it like that. So from here, we draw one line up like that, go in there, follow the perspective to the other side, which would be there, and then from here we connect them like that. Always remember where the plane transitions are on your figure. In this case, this would be the side plane, and then that would be the front plane. Now from here, I'm just going to draw some circles for the shoulders as well as for the hips. Then from here, one leg goes out that way and the other one goes out that way. This arm goes up like that. I think this arm might have to be just a little bit longer. I'm not entirely sure now. I can adjust that later. And then the hand would be here, although I don't know if I have enough space to do that. Then the other arm goes up that way. And I think that's it for the pose. So now let's draw some of the specifics. First we have the pectoralis major, which is there. A lot of this is going to involve anatomy, but I'll try to keep it very simple. So now the arm goes up. I do have enough space to draw that. Then we go down, draw the shoulder in the back there, which goes all the way down. We follow the rib cage like that. Then the belly button is actually above the pelvis, so I guess I could place it right there. Then the waist transitions from rib cage to pelvis right around there. So we go out that way, and then from here we need to remember that the side plane of the leg starts at this point right there, and then right here we have the front plane. So side plane starts right there, and then the leg goes down that way. Same thing for the other one. The side plane is there, then we have the front plane, and then the other side plane starts right around there. Now to draw this, we go down like that. Then there's an angle between the knees because the horizon line is up there. The knees are parallel to the ground, so of course they're going to be converging up, which means we need to follow that same angle. Then here we draw the obliques as we go up to the rib cage. Now to draw the other shoulder, this one is kind of difficult to see, but I think it'd be right around there. Then we draw the pectoralis, again back to the rib cage, just like the other one, which would be somewhere around there. This goes up. I'm using very simple cylindrical shapes to draw the arms. I think this one is actually a little too big compared to the other one, so I'm going to slim it down a little. Very simple cylindrical shapes to draw the arms, because later on we can add the rest of the muscles, you know, once we draw the actual character. For now, we just need to figure out the proportions. I'm going to roughly draw the base of the hand right there. And I guess then we'll draw the nondescript spherical objects. I guess I will follow the reference for this. They have an angle going up that way right there, and then the other one does the same thing. And another thing is that these corners are parallel to each other, so again they follow the perspective. Horizon lines down here, these go down as well, so we need to do the same thing to make sure that they're actually symmetrical. Then goes up into the armpit, and that's it. And now it's time to put the character on top of the rough sketch. So the character I've chosen is On from Persona 5. And I also sped this section up because I don't think it's particularly important to see. It's essentially just tracing the rough sketch that I drew and then placing the character on top of that. It might help seeing this, which is why I didn't cut it out entirely and I just sped it up. But when it comes to drawing characters, the most important part is the sketch that lies underneath, that base sketch. If that base sketch has proper perspective, proper anatomy, proper proportions, you can draw whatever character you want on top of it and it's going to look correct. So when you're practicing, you want to spend most of your time practicing that base sketch, trying to figure out how to draw a generic, I guess, doll that you could transform into the actual characters that you want to draw. I made a couple changes to the proportions of the base sketch, like her right arm was a little too long, I feel like, so I shortened that. I thought her torso was a little too long, so I also shortened that. I think what's also really important of drawing a character is line work, and I don't mean line work as in drawing better line art, I mean line work as in your ability to control your pencil, because the better you are at doing that, the better you are at drawing subtle curves, the better you are at drawing straight lines. Your lines are going to look more accurate, which means your proportions are also going to look more accurate, and that results in a better looking drawing. So definitely work on your line work skills. It's one of the most important art skills you can train, and it doesn't get talked about enough. I do have some videos explaining how you could practice that, like for example using overhand grip or tracing circles, ellipses, tracing frames from anime. That's a really good exercise. But yeah, it's pretty much it. Just make sure that the base sketch looks good and work on your line work, and you'll be able to draw figures like this pretty easily. But I think this is about wrapping up, so I'll check back with you guys in a second. And here's the finished piece. So as usual, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Tell me in the comments what else you want to see. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a Patreon as well as a YouTube memberships link in the description, and we also have a Discord server there. But I think that about does it for this video, so I guess I will catch you all in the next one.